Play the game. Play the video game. Again, I really do like that they're like, yeah, man, like, these characters are not in this side mission, but they're very deliberately like, we're just gonna go somewhere else. And, like, not, you know, hang out and stuff. So once you enter District 5, you'll be unable to return to the city or save your game for some time. And that is exact. That's pretty exact, honestly. I don't care. So, you really, if you're playing this game from the ground up, definitely make sure that you're prepared. Make sure that you fight as many characters as you can. Make sure that you get as much gear from in here as you can. And most importantly, make sure that you have as many items as you possibly can get. Healing items, throwables, any type of thing that could potentially benefit you in a fight. Just make sure that you have it. Because if you are not prepared to step in there, this is probably going to take another hour, maybe hour and a half, in the normal version of the game. I don't know how long it's going to take here. But it takes a good amount of time to go through the entirety of District 5. Because it is what the game refers to as a long battle, where you're fighting enemies in a number of different scenarios. There's cutscenes involved, there's story bits involved, and then there's more battles as you go through the region. So they do straight up tell you once again, hey, if you're not ready, you better get ready. But I think we're ready, honestly. I think maybe we could have eaten first, but we should be good. Gear and item-wise. And if not, I can just cheat with some of the stuff that I have from later on in the game. I haven't really done that up till this point, but I think this would be the time to do it. So, we just gotta... We gotta trust. We gotta trust him.
犯人はそれと交換で第五地区に入ったみたいでよ。なら無駄足だな。バラクーダに渡ったものを取り返そうなんざ命がいくつあっても足らねえよ。本命は犯人の方でね。とっ捕まえて聞きてえことがあるんだ。そうかい。What's the hold up? Get this thing open already.
What's the hold up?
Just some Japanese tourists with more money than sense. Said they want to see a different side of Hawaii. Come on. Not like you've got anything to hide in there, right? Open the gate.
Plus, you can, yeah, like, literally, just, you can kill him if you want, like... But nah. That big old smiley face. I love a good, like... The Yakuza games usually do this shot when they're showing off exposition of a new location. I don't know what it's called, but like... When the camera pulls out, basically, it always looks good. Yeah, man, come on. But yeah, so District 5, very interesting location here.
この辺りは土地の権利関係が複雑でな。そのせいで再開発が遅れた。
And again, we get a little bit more of the whole, hey, you know, Hawaii is not as much of a paradise as you think it is. Like, they have to deal with bureaucracy, they have to deal with people being abandoned, a lot of stuff like this. Trying to remember, there was a place in Yakuza, there's a place in, I think, Yakuza 4, maybe, that kind of served a similar purpose. I guess technically Purgatory is kind of like this, though Purgatory's a lot, you know, nicer. Looks a lot nicer, I guess. Yeah, this is kind of the... It serves a similar purpose, in that it's the place where you go. If you don't know.
Barracuda はここに独自の法律とインフラを整備したんだ。行政から見てもホームレスが街に野放しになるよりバラクーダに管理されてた方が都合がいいのさ。だが第五地区内の店を利用するにも金はかかるんだ。ホームレスはどこからその金を得てるんだ。まあいろいろあんのさ。でパスポート盗んだやつの手がかりはあんのかい。なあ、日本人の若い女性だ。千歳って名前でちょっと気の強そうな。よくその程度の手がかりでここに乗り込もうと思ったな。
Hey, did you see a Japanese woman come through here? Goes by Chitose.
Japanese?
Chitose.
I actually might know something about that.
What you got?
A few days ago, some guys got into a scuffle over in West Block. Apparently, a woman showed up out of the blue. Not every day you see a little Asian cutie like her in a dump like District 5. Anyway, she was all by herself with nowhere to stay and didn't have a mind to bring a tent. As you can guess, a fight broke out real quick over who got dibs on that one.
Who'd the gal end up staying with?
Don't know. Wasn't there to see the mayhem. Best bet is to ask around West Block.
よりによった西ブロックとはな。何なんだ、西ブロックって。第五地区の突き当たりにある区画だ。
Oh well. We would have to go pretty far to meet her there.
気性の荒い連中が集まってる。そんな奴らのテントに大丈夫なのか。案外頭のいい女かもな。一番喧嘩の強いやつに取り入ればここでの暮らしも安泰だからよ。
Anyway, all of this is just speculation at the moment, but the idea is just, hey, Chitose is in another castle.
信じらんねえぜ。西ブロックってやつ案内してくれ。おい。なんだ
All right. So it's interesting that he says it's the ass end when, like, literally it's just, we're just going here.
Nah. Yeah.
That's me. If I lose a fight, I don't care about what's going on. I'm just like, who cares? Anyway, Kiryu just flashing a bunch of money is crazy. Like, literally, it's just like, give me the money, bro. Like, just, how do you have so much money? I mean, I guess he's a spy, but, you know.
違う。
Put it on my tab with the Daidoji. We did get into the Daidoji earlier. I forgot about that.
Sup?
Sup.
Yo.
What?
Again, the aura farming. Aura farming in a different country than the one where you already built your aura is crazy. Like that, to me, like being it so intimidating that you're intimidating on two separate continents is like, it's a whole other deal. Now it's time to find Jose. Well, not too far to go.
Huh?
So weird. All right. You just met her, pal. He's quirky. That's me describing my friends. Quirky. It's me describing most of the characters in this game, to be honest. Oh, hey, how's it going?
あんたがホセさんか？千歳って子を探してんだが、知らねえか？俺の女に何の用だ？俺の女と来たか。二人の関係に立ち入る気はねえけどよ。彼女に聞きたいことがあんだ。合わせてくれねえか？
Yeah, you're being a little suspicious, pal.
俺の女を誰に合わせるかは俺が決める。まあそう言わず合わせちゃくれねえか。彼女にパスポートを取られたんだ。返してほしくてよ。
Maybe you don't want to say that.
おめえらあの女を取り返しに外から来たんだな。道理で見ねえ面だと思ったぜ。そうはいくかよ。あんな上玉手放してたまるかってんだ。取り返すってのはちょいと語弊があるんだけどな。
Maybe you should have opened with that so he didn't think you were a threat right away, you know? I don't know.
Hey boys!
Hey boys.
Get rid of these clowns!
おい、こっちには警察がいるんだぞ。
No, you don't.
おい、ロマン。
Roman's literally just like, whatever.
ホームレスと外国観光客の喧嘩に公僕が動いてくれるとでも思ったか?
You know what, that's actually pretty fair of you, pal. I only serve the American public, friendo. I am an American, you ass! That's a good line, honestly. Again, what a prick.
やっぱり言うべきじゃなかったかな。毎度こうやって気遣われることになりそうだ。そりゃそうでしょう。俺のことは心配のようだ。早いとこ片付けず。ですね。
大丈夫だ。俺はいける。俺はいける。
Tear them apart!
No, that said tear them apart, not have at them. Anyway, I just want us to listen to this tune for a little bit. Because it's a very good tune. Barracuda. What a good song, man. If you are someone who is not a particular fan of the, like, more electronic Yakuza tunes, I can understand it to some degree, but this is hard. You have to you can at least acknowledge that this is hard. Oh. Oh, okay. Odd. I don't remember that happening. Yeah, I think we should be able to pulverize these guys pretty quick. Steer clear. Tire strats. Alright, we took out Jose too. I'm a little surprised. Anyway, all done with that. Goodbye.
Na, Jose-sanよ。あんたが千歳ちゃんにマジで惚れたんなら、プロポーズの言葉はよくよく選べよ。俺の女なんて間違っても金輪際言わねえよ。
He's still on about this.
俺みたいにしくじっちまうぞ。
Now, mind you, if I fumbled this hard, I'd be thinking about it like this too. But, yeah.
それがあの女逃げやがったんだ。
逃げた。
最初の晩だ。
He's talking all that mess about how good he had it, and then he was like, oh. But yeah. One night with her is crazy, pal. Like, you're literally, like, so hyped up off of one night. Mind you, she is very attractive. But you can't be sprung like that if you're wanting to make a relationship last. Especially if she ain't with it.
どこに行けばバラクーダの幹部に会えるのかって聞いてきたから、俺は裏への入り方を教えたんだ。
お前、裏への入り方を来たばかりの女に教えたっての。
Oh. And there it was. There it is.
バカが。待てよ。裏って何なんだ。残念ながらツアーはここまでだ。追ってる女のことは諦めろ。
ラッキーと言いたいとこだがよ。今さら弾けるかよ。それになんだよ裏って。
でけえ声出すな。ああ、もうここまでにしとけや。これ以上。
Nah, come on.
本当に死ぬぞ。
You think this is over? This is over when we say it's over.
取られたもんはきっちり返してもらうし、聞かなきゃいけねえこともあるんだな。
時間が惜しい。千歳が裏ってやつにいるんなら、さっさと案内してもらおうか。あいにく、お前に選択肢はない。
Yeah, you ain't got nothing, pal.
こから先は今みたいな騒ぎを決して起こすな。俺の言う通りに動いて余計な口は一切叩くな。
それは裏とやらの中身次第だ。さあ案内しろ。
ついてこい。なあロマン、あんたらの言う裏ってのはヤバさで言うとどんくらいなんだい。そんなのは俺の機嫌の悪そうな顔を見て想像しろ。なんだよ。
I like that Roman has like a render that's like slightly shittier than everyone else's.
いくらでも愛想よくするぜ。
そうしてやり
It
たい。
might just be his face shape,
俺らも遊びじゃない。
but like it's definitely something they were like, wait, we actually do need to make a render for him in order to pull this off. And
Going down.
later,
Party of 4.
The boss give you the okay?
Don't give me that shit. You want me to take you out of here in cuffs?
again, I really think that this guy does a really good job with the English lines. There's not much from him, and I feel like he doesn't voice him in English when you get the actual English VO.
下水道か。これのどこが異世界なんだ。黙ってついてこい。
Because with all the other characters, with most of the other main characters in this game that have English voiceovers, they generally change who voices them once they do the English dub.
What the hell do you want?
Nothing. Just a bit of sightseeing.
And who are they?
Sightseers. What else?
Okay, hold on. You even run this by the boss?
Do me a solid, won't ya? I promise. We'll behave.
Do me a solid, won't ya?
Behavior only gets you so far.
Oh. I know that music. So here's our purgatory, actually. I know what I said sounded a bit bizarre, but yeah, now we have an underground mall that is the exact same thing as the Anaconda Shopping Center.
これが第五地区の裏ってことなのか。
This is like one of the most absurd things that I think they've done in these games.
だが一度も使うことなく存在を忘れ去られた。それを偶然見つけたバラクーダが占拠してこの施設を作った。
And it's just like just making a copy of the show, making a copy of a mall is nuts.
なんでこんなとこで買い物を？あれを見ろ。
The only difference between that mall and this one is it has a runway. Really? Underground fashion show.
ハイブランドフル装備って感じだな。
そうなのか？
知らねえのか？あのコートなんかは数百万はするぜ。
あれは何をしている？
競りだ。モデルの身につけてる服が商品で、周りにいる奴らがバイヤーだ。
へえ。でもなんでそんなことわざわざこんな。
I swear, like, the minutia in these games could be their own games, honestly. This is not something that I think comes up as like a major aspect of the game after the next couple of chapters.
それもただの偽物じゃない。生地や素材は本物と全く同じものを使用し、
but it's so nuts. Like, we have a counterfeit shop that we force people that we work in, and we make them as good as the real deal. And then we have a crazy underground bidding thing that looks exactly like the shopping mall that's down the street.
世界最大のフェイクマーケットか。あのバイヤーたちもそれを知ってるのか。
もちろん。しかも連中は真っ当な表社会の会社員だ。
I wonder where an idea like this comes from, really. Is kind of my only thought.
アメリカ、世界各国から買い付けに来てる。
ってことは、ここで買った偽物が百貨店に並ぶのか。
ああ、バイヤーは本物と偽って百貨店に卸すのさ。本物との差額は全部バイヤーの懐に入るってわけだ。その額は一度の買い付けで数千万円にもなる。どんな一流バイヤーだってそれだけの誘惑には勝てねえだろう。片や客はそんな真相はつゆ知らず、何の疑問も抱かず偽物に大金を払う。いいんだよ。買った品物が本当に本物かどうかなんて。
That's fast fashion, baby. I really hope, because I mean, now we're getting much closer to the release of Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I hope that this comes up again, because fast fashion has really only become more relevant over the past, like, year. Like, Shein and stuff like that. Like, it's not fallen out of the conversation, for sure. You can definitely still have a conversation about that.
なるほど。上のホームレスをそこで働かせてるってわけか。
ごめいと。賃金はわずかだが、第五地区内で生きていく分には不便ねえさ。
たまげたのは確かだがよ。肝心の千歳ちゃんはどこにいるんだい。
ここには見当たらねえぞ。
奥を探してみるか。
Well, now this tour is getting a little crazy. I can't lie, like, why would you do this? Like, actually and officially.
Hey, who you got there with you? Oh, just a side job. Really, nothing big. Anyway, what's going on? Why'd you shut everything down?
Yeah, didn't want to stain the merchandise.
Stain it? How? Exactly.
Buddy. You gotta be smarter than that. Goodbye, Roman. It's kind of interesting that Roman isn't even really redeemed in death. Like, he technically is, you know, a helpful and useful character at the end of his life. But even then, he's just kind of like, you know, being brought in for the purposes of dying. Well, they don't speak Japanese.
Kill him.
And now it begins. We're officially in District 5, and that means the time for playing around is officially over. So, like I've mentioned a few times now, one of the bigger limitations earlier in the game is you don't have a ton of AoE attacks. And well, I do have a ton of AoE attacks here. So I have much less to worry about when it comes to fighting these guys than I would before. But as you might need to concern yourself, because this is a long battle, and I do mean a long battle. Like, this is probably one of the longer bits of the game so far. Keeping Ichi as healthy as possible is key. Because every character can die except Ichi. If Ichi dies, it doesn't matter what order he dies in. He is, you know, you're done. You know, the game ends for you, and you'll have to start from your last save. Which, as it mentioned, you really can't save throughout this experience. Let's go.
Don't think you can run.
All right. This is the official start of our experience with the with District 5. Oh. I should have picked up on the fact that I'm really not dealing as much damage with him physically as I'm going to be dealing with everyone else. Good news is that every status effect goes away right after you've finished the fight, so you don't really have to worry about that as much. So, from here, we just have to keep moving. One of the things that I really like, this is, as I mentioned before, this is a long battle, or a story battle. These terms are what I got from Devleon, one of the, Devleon7, who is one of the major streamers and major YouTube creators in the Yakuza franchise. But one of the things that I really like about this game and the previous game is that it introduced in these long battles, in addition to what it usually does, which is play music the entire time that you're going, a kind of phased music approach where there's like a kind of caution, making your way through the area thing. And then there's also an actual active action song that plays while you're in combat. So you can kind of hear it here. And then as soon as we leave it, we move back into kind of the movement phase. I really like this as a thing. Like, it makes the sequences seem a little bit less kind of monotonous in certain situations. Even though long battles usually have like the best songs in the franchise, it's something that kind of helps like the music be very interesting and varied as you go, which I really like. If you are interested in if you are someone who is not too particularly fussed about spoilers, Yakuza 7's music is a particular highlight for me. It was used for the Omi Alliance headquarters, where you were in a fight, and once you were done with the fight, like, the music changed, and then, you know, so on and so forth. I think the music was called, like, Tranquillo and Appassiano, if you want to go look them up. I might actually post the version of the thing that puts the two songs together on my Blue Sky after I'm done kind of, you know, with kind of the sequence that I'm in right now. But yeah, go out of your way for that. That is a particular highlight of the franchise, in my opinion. That song and just kind of that sequence. So, I mean, with that in mind, I'm glad that they decided that they were going to keep doing that. Just ongoing. Like, this was something that was really cool. It works for kind of our composition here, so let's just, you know, keep doing that. And what's nice is that this series kind of just gives you fight after fight. You can't really move around any of these guys. So you get to kind of get the full experience as many times as possible. Nice. Again, having AoEs this early is a godsend, and having the ability to deal as much damage as I can is a godsend as well. Might be the first time I've been able to level with Ichi this playthrough, actually. Properly, anyway. I think I might have done it once, maybe? If I remember, I was level 78 when I first started, so... Maybe I was level 77. Doesn't matter. But yeah. Barracuda.
Bring it on.
So I think we're reaching the end of the first big section of this. And we will actually, in spite of what they said, you are able to save at points in this. It's just you're not able to exit the area or save in a way that is, like, particularly meaningful, if that makes sense. Like, it's not a, you get to save and then you get to leave the region and, you know, gear up and get new stuff. It's a, you know, quick save like they have in the, like they had when we were going through the sewers in Chapter 1. Yeah, so as you can tell from the sound there, we have wrapped up that particular section. And in short order, too. Oh, hey, Kiryu, what's up? You doing good? Now is not a particularly great time for you to be, tripped up, pal.
Where'd they go? They're gone! They've gotta be in here! Find them! Hey, what are you doing? Let's move! Right.
Oh.
それはいい子なしで。でもよ、どうする？当てもねえまま進むのももう限界じゃないか？そうだな。
随分とお困りのようで。
And hey, who should appear
お久しぶり、春日さん。
but our good pal, who the drugger and poisoner of us.
千歳って、じゃあこの女か。お前はめて身ぐるみ剥いだってのは。何よりも明
茜さんにつながる現状唯一の人物だ。まさか本人の方から姿を現すとはな。
そちらのお二人は初めましてだけど、春日さんの。
So yeah, I actually really like this design for her.
よろしくね。
It contrasts Psycho's really well. Obviously black to white. But then also kind of it being very casual, form-fitting, very kind of like forward in a sense. You know, this is like, I mean, this is a very American, I could see like an American woman stepping out in the street in this and being like, this is chill. You know, this is not athletic wear necessarily, but kind of athleisure. If she was wearing like yoga pants, it would be complete basically. But this is kind of like street style athleisure kind of not tech wear, but streetwear kind of thing, you know? Kind of that blend. And of course her hair. Big fan of that. It's very distinctive. So we can see her here now in her thing. Maybe take a break first. You guys went through a lot to get here, right? What are you after? What's your problem? Don't give me that look. I'm just trying to be considerate. Yeah, Tomizawa, she's probably right. Let's cool it for a bit. I'm pretty tired myself. So this will happen with these games every so often, where they will decide, hey, we're going to take you off of the time to be able to go through and, you know, listen to cutscenes or talk to characters. Yakuza does this a lot more recently, where they just are like, hey, we'll have a long conversation, but we'll break the conversation up into sections where you can save, where you can kind of get away from all of you know, what's being discussed. So that way, if it's too much information, or you actually do need to do a little bit more, you know, or you need to step away for any reason, you're not going to miss anything, or you don't have to pause mid cutscene. But given that she has a lot of stuff that she needs to tell us about in order to bring us up to current for what the heck her deal is, it absolutely makes sense.
12日前。事前に何か聞かされなかったのか。
ええ。その日、いつも通り家に行ったら、ドアに鍵がかかってて、中には誰もいなかった。茜さんが休養で出かけたのかと思ったんだけど、次の日も、その次の日も彼女は帰ってこなかった。
警察には届けたのか。
いえ、実はね、ハワイ州は留学生のアルバイトが禁止されてるの。警察に届けたら不法就労がバレるかもって思って。
じゃあ俺が茜さん家に行った時にはとっくに茜さんは姿を消してたのか。
So yeah, she basically is just being a maid to nobody there.
茜さんから最後のお給料をもらえてなくてね。
That's real, actually. Damn. Pay me. Please pay me.
茜さんから教わってたし。そこに偶然春日さん、あなたが来たってわけ。
ならなんであの時正直に言ってくれなかったんだよ。
こんな事情を説明して誰が信じるっていうのよ。
まあ確かにな。
The hand on the hip animation is another classic Yakuza one.
だから何が何でもあなたを追い出す必要があったの。
それで俺にしこたま酒を飲ませてピーチに転がしたのか。
そういうこと。
だからって何も身ぐるみ剥ぐことねえだろ。俺は逮捕されて無所に行きかけたんだぞ。
それが狙いだもの。 結果的にあなたは自分のことに精一杯で私どころじゃなくなったでしょ。
えげつねえことするなあ。じゃあなんで第五地区に潜り込んだんだ。
それは。
なんだよ、黙るなよ。
これから言うこと誰にも言わないって約束してくれる？
約束しろだ。どこまで。
I will say it's kind of funny that we have the Tomizawa and Chitose's relationship kind of is similar to Namba and Psycho's relationship in the previous game, where it's like, here is a slightly untrustworthy dude who just is straight up like, I hate this woman, or I can't trust this woman in some way. Like, it's very much a, hey, we're you know, I don't need to, I'm not gonna trust you. And she's like, well, I'm not gonna trust you either.
口の硬さだけおやっさんに褒められてたんだい。
まあいいよ。第五地区に逃げようとしたのはね、うちの実家が関係してるの。
実家？日本のかい？
富士宮って知ってる？
いや知らねえな。
おい、富士宮って言ったら旧財閥系の名家だ。
やっぱり知ってるよね。春日さんみたいな人ばかりだったらよかったんだけど。
そりゃ気の毒に。で、
私はその富士宮家の長女なの。
The Fujinomiya.
今のところ跡取りの筆頭候補。
つまりとびきりの箱入り娘ってわけか。
It's a very fun little twist on her there.
でもまあそういうこと。名家なんて言えば聞こえはいいけど、実際のところは富士宮っていう看板を守るためならどんな。
But yeah, that explains her job title, which I never would have guessed actually, looking at it. You know, looking at kind of what her actual kit is, which we'll get into once she's playable. But yeah, I mean, the analogy of being like, hey, a famous family and a Yakuza family are the exact same, where the bond can be both nourishing and damaging in equal measure, is pretty nuts. I kind of obsessed with that. And I'll say, I'll get into this more once we actually get to some stuff there, but Chitose and Ichiban are a very interesting pair in this game. There's a little bit of a lot who you know, there's a little bit of a lot there for the people who are looking out for it.
お前がそんないいとこのお嬢さんなら、たかがバイト代1ヶ月分なんてもらえなくても放っておきゃよかったじゃねえか。実家からいくらでも仕送りなんてもらえるだろう。
あのね、金持ちが金持ちになる理由って何だと思う？
知らねえよ。
ケチだからよ。
So like I mentioned there, they do give you the opportunity to say, I'm done with playing for right now, or I'm done with kind of listening to cutscenes for right now. I want to, like, you know, walk around a little bit, or maybe you want to exit out and play some of the, you know, mini games, or play something else, basically, rather than kind of continue to go through these cutscenes. But we have some more that we need to talk about. So, it's better than having you go through a long, uninterrupted cutscene, especially when these cutscenes are not are in engine, as opposed to being kind of the more detailed CG ones that they have.
こんなところに私みたいなのが入ってくるっていうのは珍しかったらしくてね。 第5地区に入ってすぐここのボスのところに連れて行かれたの。
ボスってバラクーダのボスかよ。
そうで、会ってみたらなんか気に入られちゃって。
まんざらでもねえ面しやがって。それで
私ボスのアジトに囲われることになったの。
囲われるって。
まあその後何が起こるかは想像つくでしょ。私も家に知られるよりはマシ。そう思って覚悟決めてたんだけど、拍子抜けでね、何も手を出されなくて。その気にまだならないだけかもしれないけど。
反応しづれえよ。
部屋をあてがわれたんだけど、そんなわけで退屈でさ、部屋から出るなって言われてたんだけど、こっそり抜け出して探索したのよ。そしたらボスの書斎にこれを見つけたの。
Oh, hey.
あかねさん？
これにはあかねさんの基本的な情報が書かれてる。住所や電話番号、身長や顔の特徴。
おい、この資料病も持ってたぞ。
そういや、病もあかねさんを探してたな。どういうこって？なんでマフィア連中がこぞってあかねさんを狙ってんだ？
わからない。だけどこの資料を見つけたのは書斎のゴミ箱の中よ。つまりこの資料は用済みになったってことでしょ。それってすでにバラクーダがあかねさんを見つけたってことじゃない。それで私、もしかしたらあかねさんが近くに捕らえられてるかもって思ったの。だからこっそりこの地下のいろんな場所を探ったの。けど途中で手下に見つかっちゃって、今や裏切り者として追われる身ってわけ。
無茶しやがる。
でも春日さんたちと合流できてよかった。あなたたちも追われてるんだし協力しない？出口までのルートは案内できる。春日さんたちはボディーガード担当ってことでどう？
勝手に話進めんじゃねえ。春日、お前がどうしようが俺は行くぜ。バラクーダのボスにこれまでのけじめつけに来たんだからな。ローマンがくたばった以上なおさらだ。
桐生さん、
お前が決めろ。俺はそれに付き合うぜ。
Oh.
よし、千歳ちゃん、案内頼めるか？けど出口じゃねえ。バラクーダのボスの部屋への案内。
So, time to make our way through the second half.
何？この人の事情に合わせるってこと？
ちげえよ。あくまで俺が俺のために言ってることだ。あかねさんは俺のお袋かもしれねえんだ。だから放っておけねえ。それだけだ。戻るのが怖えなら道順だけでも教えてくれねえか？
本気で言ってんの？
ああ。
私だってあかねさんを心配してる。あかねさんが雇ってくれなかったらとっくに私ホームレスになってた。
じゃあ。
とはいえ死んだら元も子もないから。やばくなったら退却するわよ。いい？
オーケーだ。よろしく頼むぜ、ちーちゃん。
何それ？
千歳だから。
ちーちゃん。
春日さんってモテないでしょ？
なんでわかるんだよ。
Damn.
よろしくね、一番。
Amazing.
ついてきて。
Now you may have noticed that she didn't join the party there, but we are definitely going to spend a little bit more time with her.
言ったろ。俺は俺の都合で進むんだ。力貸してくれ。
So there's still time.
ありがとうよ。いい感じだな。
Alright. So Chitose is just straight up running her way out of here. We can't chase her with our full running animation. I'm guessing so that we don't outpace her for her running animation that we don't really see all that often. But yeah. So we just need to make our way through here. A little bit more to do. Stay back, Chi-chan. Such a gentleman. Unfortunately, I'm not really the damsel in distress type. Well,
I'll bury you.
and we officially now have our 4th member of the team. So we'll get into Chitose in just a second, or maybe we won't. I mean, this could end up not lasting all that long, given the discrepancies here in power. Alright, so Chitose is a very unique character, where she has a number of different things to her. First and foremost, she brings the slashing ability in there. She also has the ability to charm people, and most of her attacks are grapples as well. So she has two grapples, a dancing grapple, and then also the triple corsage, which lowers people's attack. She also has a very quick movement that automatically just jumps people into other people. And finally, like, I think her biggest thing is that she's the first character that can get heals in for you pretty early on in her jobs as well. The spill the tea is going to be very useful to you as you begin to level her. But for now, I think I'm going to try... I think I'm going to try and do the catwalk. Okay. Charmed one person. So charming people makes it so that anytime they're downed, they will be attacked by someone on your team, and also they won't deal any damage to you. So they basically become another party member for a little bit of time. And what's best is you can generally deal damage to them, and they won't get uncharmed. Alright, so there we go. We're starting to see what we saw with Tomizawa, where I leveled her just enough to get her where she needed to go. But other than that, you know, we're probably going to see her default stats go really, really high as we go. Anyway, this begins the second half of this section here. Or not even second half, just second part of this section here.
Yo.
Where you have a little bit of laser stuff to do. So Chitose is accompanying us, which means she hasn't officially joined our party, but we can still make a quick adjustment to her stuff here. Because as you can see, I did in fact give her a good amount of stuff too. Hold on a second. I think we're good. So these laser puzzles are pretty easy, honestly. It doesn't require a lot of running around or anything like that, even. As long as you're paying a good amount of attention, you can pretty much do what you need to. There are a few collectibles here and there, some things to pick up, but nothing that I'm going to waste my time on as we move through.
The hell do you want? Really pissing me off.
God, it is so funny that her, like, whole body is glowing here. But anyway, let's show some of our stuff. So her attacks are very much skewed in dancing, which is one of those things I was kind of like, oh, she's a dancer. Well, no, she's an heiress. Is she? But, you know, she is. She has a few other things that are kind of separate from dancing. You know, dog training is one of her Kiwami moves. The, oh. Stuff like that. The serving drinks thing. But yeah, her kit is pretty diversified as you level it. I will say that her earliest thing, the palm tree pose, that is something that I think is going to be more useful for another job entirely. And just her ability to maintain agility makes her really strong for another job entirely as well. Much like with Psycho, where she, in the last game, and in this game as well, benefits very highly from a natural high magic stat. The ability for Chitose to gain in agility and maintain agility gives her a lot of bonuses in this game. For a number of key jobs that are special early on. Oh wow, that's all three of them. Sometimes that doesn't happen, so... But this means that they won't attack me the entire time we're working our way through here, so... But yeah, charming people is great. There are a few people who can do this, but she's the first person who gets it. And it'll become very useful for you to use as you keep it moving. Alright. Oh yeah, there's a chest back there, but I don't need to access that. This area is a little trickier. Like, there are some slight optical illusions, I think, in terms of kind of how close certain things feel, based on kind of where your camera is. But you really don't have to worry about it. Like, you know, as long as you're kind of patient, you can pull it off. The lasers don't really do that much damage either. I don't, especially at this level. But you know, just good to avoid them. You know.
Do your worst.
Do your worst. This guy, for sure. Oh.
That's all you got?
Just like that. Yeah, going from 39 to 50 in like 2 seconds is crazy. Another short spot to save if we'd like. And of course, an area to recover health. Especially considering how this area is a little bit of an interesting challenge.
だから案内してるじゃない。目の前のランウェイ、あの奥にアジトにつながるエレベーターがあるの。
そんなところに？
今なら連中もいなさそうだ。一気に突っ切ろう。
張り切っていこう。
So yeah, not a lot of area to explore, but it doesn't matter because we get what I consider to be one of the best songs in the game for a very short, shorter than desired area.
First up, we got an all-access look at our newest collection. And it's not just hot, it's to die for.
It's to die for. Fashion. Well, if it is fashion, we gotta walk the catwalk. Oh wow. Oh. Yeah, we're kicking them all the way off of this stuff. But yeah, this song is only in this section of the game, and I have to say, the tendency that this franchise has for making bangers that are only for like one area or even one fight is like a crime. It's a crime to me. Also, this is a really well thought out fight. Like it honestly explains why they decided they were gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna do this fashion show side plot in this game with the counterfeits and stuff.
Oh God, I'm bleeding!
Hopefully I can ding both of them at once. Or, yeah, at least one, anyway. I'm bleeding!
And now the grand finale. Put your hands together for our top model extraordinaire.
Oh, it wouldn't be a Yakuza game if they didn't figure out a way to put the big ball gag man in there.
Showtime's over, boys and girls. Say your prayers.
Yosh.
Alright. I think it might be helpful to do this. Lower their turns as much as I can. Nice. Really, really nice to be able to stun one of them on top of all that. Body press. So yeah, this guy is a good one to focus on for sure. Hopefully I can get him in this. Yes! Oh, not far enough. Alright, give him electricity too. And now I can hit them with Mega Swing and probably finish both of them. Oh, not quite. Well, he's like on his last legs. Oh. There we go. Alright, that is part 2 of this little adventure completed. Few quick levels in our in all of our classes there. And yeah, this still counts as District 5, by the way. I kind of love that, like, as a thing, where it's just... Usually when you play these games, they don't... when you do a long battle, kind of take place in one building or one kind of major location. The last game kind of stretched that a little bit, with it being, like, in a region that was a little out there. But this location, I mean, you're going from a, you know, the homeless area to an underground mall to an underground sweatshop to underground catacombs to back to the mall to the Crystal Aloha Hotel. And, like, that's, like, the whole adventure, basically.
そういうことだったのか。バラクーダのボスはこの中に住んでんのか。
そう。最上階をフロアごと貸し切ってアジトにしてるの。そこにはバラクーダの幹部やエリスグリの用心棒も控えてるわ。茜さんが捕らえられているとすれば、最上階で間違いないと思う。ただし、このエレベーターで上がれるのはここまで。
この先は別のエレベーターに乗り換えるのか。
ええ、ここを出た先に一般客用のエレベーターがあるわ。それで上がりましょう。ついてきて。
Hey.
The guys who are stirring up shit underground.
マジ？もう見つかった？
Hey yo, man, fuck that. Don't let any of these assholes leave.
Ayo. But let's keep it rolling.
We're gonna beat your ass.
さっさと始めようぜ。
よし。
A good thing to note is that usually when you're in the encounters like this, enemies will group together pretty quickly, but you have to be quick in hitting them with moves that are going to deal a lot of damage to everyone involved if you want to finish them off. Because enemies will just kind of walk around and try and find other stuff that they want to do the whole time. Nice. One thing I really like about this game is that even if you aren't someone who feels particularly moved by the idea of doing the skills and stuff, you can make your way through with just doing attacks. Especially as you start to unlock some of the follow-up attacks, and then also the combo attacks. Like, you can get to a point where all you're doing is just attacking, especially if you have your items kitted out properly as well. I mean, your weapons kitted out properly as well. Elemental stuff and everything. It all ends up working out really, really well for you. Like, maybe a AoE or two, or a stat thing or two, and then all of the rest of the things you have to do is just fight. Comparing that to the previous game, where your attack button was like the worst thing to press, honestly. It's like a night and day kind of experience, really. Like in the last game, if you press the attack button, you pretty much were like guaranteed to do your weakest attack out of all the things that you had in your arsenal. Unless you were like one character. One character out of all of them had a pretty decent attack button. Oh, hey. Was not paying attention to his health, but it's fine. We got options. One thing that's also pretty cool about this game is that you can use healing skills when you're at a battle. It does still cost you the standard MP, but if you're not someone who's particularly good at stocking up on items, or you want to save them for a larger encounter, then you can do that, and then kind of get your MP back in the fights by just dealing normal damage.
OK、頼りにしてるぜ、ちいちゃん。
ねえ、少しは疑ったりしないわけ？
何をだ？
私の言ってることによ。実は私がボスの命令でわざと危険な方向に一番たちを誘導しているとか考えないわけ？バラクーダのボスに囲われてるって話はしたでしょ？実際私は一度一番を騙して身ぐるみ剥いでるわけだし、そのエレベーターの中にマシンガンを持った連中が待ち構えてるかもしれないわよ。
まあそん時はそん時だ。なんとかするって。
は
あ？いいんだよ。ちいちゃんを信用するって俺が決めたんだ。その結果に文句は言わねえよ。どうした？ちいちゃん？
ごめん、道間違えた。
This is one of my favorite moments in this game, honestly. Like, the fact that it so clearly was her wanting to betray them and do something that isn't particularly lead them into a trap. versus what she does when she realizes, hey, we're actually vibing. We're actually chill. Like, it's again, there's so much in this game that's so subtle and so good.
それくらいじゃないとハワイの裏社会で生きてはいけないわ。さあ、行きましょう。
Like, even before, because she does straight up explain what happened there. You know, but you get kind of enough of kind of a sense from what the conversation is that you can kind of tell where it's what was going on. Oh, I didn't need to do that, guy. That's the only guy I didn't need to do. God, I love the tornado liner so much. Being able to do an attack that is long like that, and also it has a follow-up. Yes, please. You should be able to finish him with this one. Alright. No, not the gas room. I hate that. Fitness center wave. So yeah, every character gets poisoned through this fight, and that takes off their turn. That takes off damage per turn. Poison can't be passed to other enemies the same way that stats like fire can. So you really are just stuck with it here. The good news is that I have enough health at this point to not have to worry about it in fights, anyway. Oh, wow. But you will get subtly poisoned the entire time that you're in this area and other areas. So you have to be careful to manage your health, even when you're in standard locations. And that's for every single character who is moving. Not just the ones that you're playing, not just the single one that you're playing as. Good news is that there are some good collectibles that are in here while you're experiencing that, so it's not a total loss to get poisoned crazy. But if you are someone who's not super powered up, then, you know, if you're not playing on New Game Plus, then you probably shouldn't be doing it the way that I'm doing it. Yes, 3 out of the 5. And it just so happens that the other 2 are right in the line with each other there, so I could punch both of them. Let's see about picking off the rest of them. I always miss the timing on that last button because I always want to press it when the strike happens, and I think it's like right before it actually. Anyway, him being on the ground means that I can hit him. Now, thankfully, they do give you a good place to save and recover after that whole experience. But once you're done with that, it is time to finish out the section. So yeah, not too terrible in New Game Plus for sure. Again, having AoE attacks, having good skills, having a good kit in general means that your survivability is way higher than it should be at this particular point. But that pales in comparison, of course, to what we may experience with the boss as we get to it. Oh, hey, it's Danny Trejo. How's it going, man? I remember them being like, yeah, Danny Trejo's in this game. And I was like, huh? Huh? How in the hell did they manage that? Dwight. And he gets Dwight Mendez. This is the first time we've seen this thing in quite a while. But yeah, as you'd expect, he is actually voiced by Danny Trejo in English. Though surprisingly not voiced in the English sections of this, of the Japanese dub. So, it's a bit of a weird, weird decision not to have him kind of portray that little bit there. Yeah.
まんまとお前たちはここへたどり着いてしまったというわけだ。
そうか。あのエレベーターの時か。
So yeah, if you couldn't really glean all of that before when it was kind of stressed, that's what was going on.
なぜ私を裏切った？
春日さんたちにつく方が私にとって都合がいいって思っただけよ。だってこの人すごいバカだから。こんな考えに裏表がない人初めて見た。あんたの命令聞いたところでこのまま生かされるかなんて分かったもんじゃないけど、春日さんの言うことは信用できる。だって人の裏かくなんて頭持ってない。
Kasuga is too dumb to be manipulative or to play the game. He's too dumb. I kind of adore that.
さあね。
Dios mío. Dios mío being translated, Yari Yari being translated to Dios mío is like inspired, localization, I gotta say. Like, the amount of people who complain about localization stuff, like, are missing out so much on just the amount of work that goes into saying, like, a conversation that just says, what if that was how that was done? And the people who recognize it and kind of acknowledge it are immediately pleased and immediately impressed with it. Like me.
よりコントロールしやすくなるという思惑からだったが、それはまあいいだろう。心配するな。お前は殺さん。実家を絞れるだけ絞り取るための材料に使わせてもらう。
このゲス野郎。
さっきは褒めてくれてありがとうよ、じいちゃん。
Yeah, really kind.
怒ってないの？
言っただろ、じいちゃんを信じるって決めたのは俺なんだ。
ほんとバカよね、あんた。
おしゃべりはそこまでだ。
いや、俺の要件がまだ終わっちゃいねえ。ドワイトさんよ、2012年10月7日に起きた強盗事件を覚えてるか？被害者は名うての不動産会社社長コニー田中。取引先に向かう途中のハイヤーが襲われ、現金でいっぱいのカバンが奪われた事件だ。
その事件がどうかしたかね？
大した証拠もないまま犯人に仕立て上げられたのが。
Well.
お前がそうだったのか。
Oh, he's so impressed.
その説はどうも。
He loves it.
認めるんだな。ローマンを使っててめえんとこの罪を俺にかぶせたって。
さあどうだろうな。ドワイトさんよ、俺からも聞きてえことが。あんた、アカネって女の人を探してただろ。もしかしたらあんたはもうアカネさんを見つけてるんじゃねえのか？お前らに残された道は一つだけだ。速やかにこのフロアから出ること。生ゴミになった状態でな。これは私の故郷でマチェテと呼ばれているナイフだ。
Yeah. It wouldn't be Danny Trejo if you didn't give him a machete, right?
切り開き、動物を仕留める。ハワイじゃ。開きを作るのにもってこいだ。
But honestly, I mean, it makes sense.
Time to bleed.
Yeah, that's definitely not him. But given the fact that we only hear him speak 2 lines in English, I'm gonna guess that they thought that there wasn't much point to it. And they were right. I mean, you know. Yes, baby. Very sick boss screen there. Alright, so Dwight is very quick and very damaging, but one of the bigger problems with him is that he has all these big boys with him too, so I'm gonna try and focus on getting one of them, I guess. But then the other thing I'm gonna focus on is trying to make sure that I focus as many of them on Kiryu as I can. Him being weak to water helps a ton, because then I can make him weak to electricity. And all these guys are weak to electricity, so this is gonna go really well if I play my cards right. So again, very quick and very damaging. I want to get as much of these guys put under a spell of some kind as I can. Alright, so putting people under fear is a pretty big thing in this game that can be concerning. Luckily, I do have plenty of medicine to be able to counteract that as well. The thing I kind of like about this game is that, I mean, obviously it doesn't matter at this stage, but being able to counteract, being able to use kind of things like that, and it also gives you back a little bit of health too. All right. Oh, he's weak to fire, huh? Well, nice. Looks like I got all of his weaknesses now. Which means I can focus on these guys. Alright. Second part of the phase, and he's got a big bowl in here. Not too much damage to deal to him, but it looks so damn good to whoop his ass with the bowl. That would kill any normal person, but it ain't killing him. Well, now he's awakened, so we have to go into the next phase. Let's see if we can't lower him a little bit. So, as you can see, a little bit more going on with him now. Luckily, once again, I've lightened the load significantly by taking his other partners off the board. Oh, you know what? May actually be warranted to do a few heals this turn. Yeah, I'll do one more. There we go. I was thinking we're just about it's just about that time, so that's one. Oh, missed the second one. All right. Actually, yeah. Hold on, crit? Yeah, let's enhance the crits. And then let's lower his attack even further. Think we should be able to kill him on the next hit or the hit after. Alright. But we have to stop him before he does that nonsense again. There we go. I would have liked for Tomizawa to be the one to hit the finishing blow on them, but that ended up working out pretty well for me. Alright. That went really awesome, honestly. No big problems.
だが発見には至っていない。疑うのならこのフロア中を好きに探すがいい。なぜお前らバラクーダが彼女を探してるんだ。それは知らんのだ。知らねえで探してんのかよ。正確に言えば彼女を探すよう依頼があった。我々は それを受けただけということだ。依頼？誰からの依頼だ？それも不明だ。だが依頼主は私のアドレスに直接依頼を投げてきた。そんな情報、そうそう漏れるものではないし、頭金と称して100万ドルの入金があった。仕事が成功したら 900万ドル追加で支払うとの条件でな。女一人捕まえるだけで1000万ドルだ。怪しいか？乗らない理由はない。くそ、なんかねえのか。茜さんなりその依頼主につながるような情報はよ。
Well, you could at least lie and tell them, hey, maybe I have something, but it's gonna be a bit before I can tell you.
茜さんの方の話は型がついたってことでいいか、春日。ああ。じゃあ次は俺の用事だ。お。 イエスかノーかで答えろよ。俺が濡れ衣着せられた事件、その犯行も身代わりを仕立てるよう仕向けたのもてめえなんだな。答えろ。
そうだ、イエスだ。
そうか、てめえが。 てめえが俺らの人生をめちゃくちゃにしやがったのか。
Yeah, well.
許してくれ。ローマは死んだが、今からでも私の力を使って罪を取り消そう。金も払う。100万、1000万ドルだ。どうだ。これまでの人生を取り返すには十分な額だろう。ふざけんな。
Damn.
金で俺の子供が帰ってくるのか。どこまで人をコケにしやがる。おいてめえ。
Them not having a sound there kind of makes it a little less solid, but you know, making a man pee himself in the Dragon Engine is crazy. Again, Tomizawa, this being a celebrity actor and him kind of just being like, I'm gonna go all in on the revenge and the vibe and all of this is like, yeah. This is a banger, man. He's one of the top folks in this franchise. Just off of this scene. And I know there's a lot of Yakuza characters that are like really solid and really cool for like one scene and then they aren't really present or really interesting afterwards. But I would honestly say that this scene carries Tomizawa. Even when Tomizawa is not as central to the plot. This is it. This is him. Yeah. Pretty immediately, kind of being like, well, we might still bicker and fight, but I trust you, and I hope you can trust me. All right. And with that, we have reached Suspicious Minds, Chapter 5. I went the entire chapter without saving. Usually I like to do like a little save in between. But I guess given the fact that that section was pretty straightforward, you know, there wasn't a lot that we really needed to do outside of that long battle. I mean, there was the Sujimon stuff. But that was really about it, really. I trust you, but I don't like you.
私は茜さん探しが済んだら用済み？
どうかな。俺はあんたみたいなたくましい人間は嫌いじゃないぜ。
そういう褒められ方したのは初めてかも。
分かったよ。俺も一番に銃向けた身だ。こいつ
Yeah, you're right, dude.
話がまとまったみたいで何よりね。
それはそれとして俺はこいつがいけすかねえけどな。
あら残念。私はトミーのこと好きよ。
うるせえ。こいつどう思うさんくせ。
That's another really good line. Like, hey, you know, I don't like you, and she's literally just like, nah. You know. Oh, you've got a good secret or two. Spoilers, but she's got a good secret or two. Trust me.
ちょっとでも怪しい行動してみろ。見張ってるからな。
大丈夫。私男の人からジロジロ見られるの慣れてるから。
Damn. She's got you there, pal. Tomizawa literally being like, I'm gonna be serious and I'm gonna like really try and hold her accountable, and her just being like, yeah, whatever, dude. The whole time.
こちらこそ。改めまして、藤宮千歳と申します。お世話になりますね。
And there we go. The fourth member of our party has officially joined. Also, we have our passport.
So
now we can make our way. Have a nice chat with Chitose. Oh. Oh, they did note that there. I don't know if we'll be able to actually get that in this playthrough. But if you are so high leveled over a specific group of enemies, you can just choose not to fight them and get a reduced level of experience. But you can just like steamroll them completely, basically. So if you're not really hurting for experience, or like the enemies that you are encountering are just too low to really justify getting into fights with them, you can just decide, it doesn't matter, really. And then just keep it pushing. Not bad. This should finish the shaman. Or maybe not, dude. But yeah, so as you might expect, the amount of bonds goes up, the amount of additional characters you add. No, I don't want to fight.
調子出てきたな。毎年この近くででかい音楽フェスやってるんだけどさ、最近は毎回暴風が直撃して中止続きなんだよな。
そりゃついてねえ話だ。トミーは音楽好きなんだな。
もちろん音楽は好きだけど、あの雰囲気がいいんだよ。ガンガン曲流れてみんなで騒いで好きな酒飲んでさ、自由って感じで楽しいんだよな。また参加したいぜ。
じゃあ次はてるてる坊主を作って雨対策しないとな。
てるてるなんだって？
晴れるための秘密兵器だ。今度作り方を教えてやるよ。
一体どんな兵器なんだ？
よっしゃ
ー！ That is a real thing, actually. I've seen a few of those. Never made one myself, but I've seen them. Probably could have done the taxi just to get over here, but... Oh, you may be noticing that we're seeing some Sujimon trainers around here and some Sujimon stuff around here now. It is absolutely something where it's like... They give you a lot of tools to be able to do this side mission. If you want to dedicate your time to it.
ファストフードも日本の感覚で注文すると驚くよね。M サイズのつもりで頼んだら LL サイズくらいの来たりして。
確かにな。こっちのサイズに慣れたら日本で戸惑いそうだ。あれ、なんか小さくねってなりそう。
そうかもね。時差ボケならぬサイズボケしそう。
仲良し。
Alright. Let's figure out what we got going on here.
それが俺が持っている茜さんの情報のすべてだ。相当な権力を持った組織から提供されたんだが、書かれているのは生年月日に住所程度の情報だけでな。
なんでなんだろうな。桐生さんの組織ってあれだろ？ 007 みたいなやつなんだろ？個人情報なんてちょちょいのちょいなんじゃねえのか？
確かにな。
一般人ほどむしろ情報は集めにくいということかもしれない。要人ほど常日頃マークされている分、情報も集まるからな。
ああ、なるほど。
千歳、些細なことでもいい。資料に書かれてないことで何か知ってることはないか？
一つ気がついたんだけど。
ん？なんだよ。
仕事のことが書いてないのよね、これ。
Oh?
仕事？
そう。養護施設の所長だったのよ、茜さん。ずいぶん長い間そこで働いてたの。
沢城の頭、そんなこと一言も言ってなかったな。
He did visit her at her place of work, but I guess he might have thought that she was a mother because of that. Like that actually, I didn't really pick up on that when I played this initially, and that's probably what it was. Like that is probably the thing that checks out the most. Hey, how's it going? Let's try the orphanage tomorrow. Could wander around a little.
一番最近なんだか前よりも暑い感じするよね。
まあハワイだからな。日本に比べりゃ暑いだろうよ。
Oh, so these are the types of conversations you get when you reach level 10 with your personality trait. So whenever you reach level 10 with your with a particular personality trait, you will end up getting a conversation like this with the characters nearby.
力みすぎて熱い男から暑苦しい男になるなよ。
まあ、それも一番のいいところってことで。
If I remember correctly, all of these are Chitose and are Chitose, Kiryu, and Tomizawa based conversations. So you can access all of them, even if you haven't been able to progress super far. Or no, sorry, Kiryu's not involved in any of these conversations. It's just Tomizawa and Chitose. For reasons. But these characters pretty much stick with you throughout the entirety of the story, so it makes sense that they'd be able to give you they'd be able to have these conversations. Maybe there's a few more, but maybe those are things we'll hear once we have additional people in the squad here. Looks like I have done all that I can do. But I think this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and leave it. Oh, hold on. No, you know what? Before I do that, let's sing a song. Yeah, let's sing a song. Oh yeah, man. He is... That is the type of karaoke... That is the type of karaoke backup you do when you are blasted. You have to be gone off the shit to be losing it like that.